guys, IRL Games here, and today I'm going to be doing an achievement guide for Peppa Pig World Adventures. And so this is going to be a family-friendly stream, and I'm also going to be uploading this later to YouTube as well. Thanks to IRL Games for giving me this copy of the game so that way I can go ahead and make this guide. I'm really excited to dive into this, and I hope you guys enjoy the video as well today. If you're playing the game alongside this, I'm going to be skipping the cutscenes, so you can definitely feel free to go ahead and watch the cutscenes if you'd like, but it's not going to be required for the achievements, just that way you have that information.
Continue.
And we're going to go ahead and dive into a new game here.
Okay, first things first. Pick the clothes which color would
So right off the start, you can go ahead and just select whatever you would like for the character to get started. Please feel free to take your time to customize your character however you'd like it to look though.
Welcome. It's very nice.
And like I said, you can hold A at any time to go ahead and skip the cutscenes.
Splendid.
And so we're going to go ahead and dive into this.
Why don't we keep going this way?
Now the good news is, for the video, or for the achievements, none of them are missable, so if you need to come back later and do any of the level selects, you can do that. If you played the first game, there's some stuff that can be a little bit trickier to get, but they did make it a little bit easier this time around, which is really great as well if you're having younger kids that are playing this, or even if you just want an easy achievement guide, that's a great way to do that as well. So we're going to start by walking to the right and just jumping through the mud puddle here.
That was fun, wasn't it? If you see this icon again, follow its guide. Who knows what new fun things you will find.
So throughout the game, there's going to be multiple things you can interact with. Some are just fun little things to do with different interaction points. But you can also be doing this to get some of the collectibles that you'll be doing throughout the game. So when you visit each location, there's going to be souvenirs. Some of them seem to be automatic through the story. So personally, I don't believe I actually collected 8, but it does say that you need 8 for the achievement.
Is this your parent, or should we make some changes? Some people have small families, as small as 2 people. No family is better than the other.
So here you're just going to be adding your parent for the
Is it a
achievement,
large family?
and so you can make your family as big as you'd like, or you can just go ahead and click continue when you're ready there.
You see now. Just go to the check sign and use it to confirm your family.
So you'll just go to check if everything looks good there.
Now that the family is all here, let's have some fun together. How about a game of football? To play...
So this is going to be a good little tutorial to do, because you'll be doing this for one of the achievements later. So you're just going to be practicing with some interactions and scoring a few goals here.
Why don't you try again?
No, you didn't just see me miss.
Oof. Okay. You win.
I promise I'm better at that in real life than in a video game. So again, don't forget you can hold A to skip any of the cutscenes. You can't skip the loading screens though, so nothing you can do there.
Terrific. Now, let's choose the window. Almost done. How about a little decoration? Maybe a swing?
Now with your outfits and also the house, you can customize that later throughout the game. So you don't have to stress if you think that you want to make adjustments later, no worries there.
We will be happy here. I wonder who might be at the door.
Again, you can skip all the cutscenes with A. So in the beginning, there's going to be a lot of skipping with the cutscenes.
Great job. Now you can go
Just like in the last game,
and
you won't be
even
playing
ring
as
your bell.
Peppa, but you'll be going on adventures throughout the game with Peppa. So
You can get on and off the bike.
you don't have to worry about waiting
whenever you
around
want.
for Peppa
Look out
either. You
for
can just
things to play with.
go ahead, keep moving.
This is the playroom.
So again, you can skip a couple cutscenes here. We're going to go ahead and go to the left, and there's going to be a sign here, and it's going to show the ship, so you can go ahead and follow that. Essentially, it's just going to be letting you know that you can go on cruise ship and go on the different adventures. I always grab the bike. I don't know if it's much faster than walking. It claims that it is, so we'll go ahead and hop on the bike. Now you don't have to interact with the kite there, but you can certainly go ahead and do that at any point if you want to go ahead and play with the kite.
Oh, you're back.
Here it's going to have another cutscene, so you can go ahead and skip that. Again, you're just going to follow the blue sign to the left. You can hop on the bike again. There's going to be an airplane there that you can play with if you'd like, but again, not going to be required. We're just going to be following the sign. You can play in the puddle again if you want. Again, none of those are required, just pointing out some different activities that you can do if you want to experience more of the game. You can skip this cup scene as well. And we're going to go ahead and drive the car. Just kidding. Be responsible. Let someone with a license drive. So now we're at the cruise. Each time you go to the cruise, there will be a short cutscene, and you can skip a couple of those each time.
Here are all the different
And
places
so
that you can
there's going to
visit.
be a
I
total of 9
recommend
different
going to New York first.
8 different locations. My
This
bad.
is New York.
One is not available
Germany
quite yet.
has some-
You'll get that later on in the game.
Are you sure?
But we're
you
going
want
to go
to
ahead and
here?
start with the very
Great
first
choice.
location. Alright, so we're in New York. And you'll want to go ahead and grab your suitcase and just bring it to the back of the taxi. And then put it in the back of the taxi.
New York.
I had some technical
The
issues
city
here a
that
second
never
ago where the game
sleeps.
crashed. But once you skip this cutscene here, you're just going to be driving the taxi. You're just going to be moving up and down to get in front of the other cars. Nobody likes to deal with traffic, so we're just going to go through here as quickly as possible. Use all your mirrors when turning. Just kidding. You don't have to do that in the game, but definitely want to do that if you're driving in the city. Nobody wants a traffic jam on the way to work or on their vacation in this case. There's not going to be any way to accelerate it, so you're just going to move up and down with the left stick. Don't worry, it's going to be quicker than your normal commute to work. Speaking of, you can actually play the first game on xCloud right now, so you can play it on your commute to work.
This
As long
is
as you're
the
not driving,
famous
of
New York
course.
skyscraper. Ooh.
You can skip the cutscene. Now there's going to be different things you can interact with. You can go ahead and do that so you get a souvenir, so that's one of the souvenirs.
Let's go up to the top floor. Do you do all the jumps?
You can skip that again. Skip the next cutscene. You're just going to press or hold A. I just go ahead and spam A. Not sure if it makes it any quicker or not, but eventually you'll get to the top. Now this is like Buddy the Elf, you click every single light and drive everybody insane.
We have reached.
So you'll skip this cutscene.
And with this telescope,
As you saw behind us, there's going to be the Statue of Liberty, so you can actually pick this up for your second collectible. So that's 2 of 8.
Everything looks bigger through the telescope. Try moving it around and see what you can find.
And you're just going to move it around. You'll just click A to interact with the different points.
There's a very old castle in it too. Can you see it?
And then you'll look at the Statue of Liberty. Peppa will think that they work at an ice cream stand, apparently.
In the city.
I wish, that'd be great to have that much ice cream. You can actually select the bridge before you get to the Statue of Liberty.
Very long bridge. That is the Brooklyn Bridge. It used to be the longest bridge in the world. I love New York.
Once you interact with all those, it's going to bring you back to your home, your neighborhood, whatever you want to call it. And it's going to bring you back to Peppa's house. We're going to go ahead and jump in the car again.
Let's go.
Skip through all the cutscenes here, just so that you guys can get through that achievement guide a little bit quicker. Again, definitely feel free to watch the cutscenes. It's going to definitely make the game more enjoyable. You can get a lot of good experience out of that. So the next section, we're going to be going to Germany, so that's going to be the second one on the
Germany has
map.
some wonderful. Are you sure you want to go here? Great choice.
Again, you can always select whichever one later, so if there's more collectibles you want to pick up later, no worries there, you can always jump back to that.
Hi everyone.
So this one will have an achievement / trophy that you'll want to go through first. So you're going to actually go over to this tree in the center here, and we're going to look at that first. Again, you can go ahead and skip that. They're just going to be letting you know that you're going to be decorating the tree. So you can do this by interacting with the stands to the left and right of the tree, and then you'll go ahead and interact with that, and it's going to start placing the ornaments on the tree, making it so that way you get the achievement for fully decorating the tree. Go ahead and place the candy canes on there. Now you can't skip the cutscene when you're looking at the tree, but you'll see each item show up on there, so that's how you can know you're doing it properly. And then you're just going to get the last item here. And then you'll get the achievement for this one, which is going to be for decorating a tree. In Germany, it's going to be called the Christmas tree, and it's for fully decorating a tree. Now next, to progress the story, we're going to go over here and we're going to make some hot chocolate.
I didn't know Germany would.
So you're going to hold A a few times, and that's going to go ahead and fill up pot here to go ahead and make some hot chocolate. So you'll start with the chocolate, go over to the milk, or you can do it whichever order you prefer. Doesn't matter to me, it's up to you guys, but you have to do both anyway. For some reason it's holding this time, unlike a second ago. So you can go ahead and skip this, and we're just going to continue to head through the town, and we're going to hop on this train. Skip the cutscene, and what you're going to do is you're going to stop at each group to pick up other passengers. If you go past them, it's going to go back, so I recommend just going ahead and picking them up on the way. Apparently they're going to make the family walk all the way up the hill here, but that's fine. So at this point we're just going to be finishing out the Germany area. Again, you can interact with the sled, not required for the achievement walkthrough though. You can interact with any of the other rides and things here as well. You're going to see various toys that are out. We're going to collect those in a second, but we do have to go all the way to the right side of the screen, and we're going to interact with one of the characters to know that we have to pick up those toys here in just a moment to end this level.
Look! What are all these
Again, you can
toys
skip this
doing?
cutscene. I recommend just going all the way over to the left. Just saves you a little bit of time, I think.
Where are you, little toys?
Most of the levels that you'll see throughout the game, they're going to be achievements that usually pop pretty naturally throughout the game, which is really nice, especially if you have younger family members or anybody who's looking to play the game. But there might be a few collectibles or items like that they may have to pick up a little bit later. So again, we can go ahead and skip the scene, and we're going to be heading back to Peppa's house again. So again, we'll go ahead and hop in the car. You probably know the drill by now, skip a few cutscenes. We're going to be heading to the next location.
This is New York. Germany has some wonderful in
So it's going to show a
Barcelona.
crown on the top left-hand corner as you see here. That's just going to let
Are
you
you
know that
sure
you've
you want to
completed
go
the
here?
level.
Or would you...
And so that's a good way to
choice.
kind of check off what you've been doing in the game, if you're not just going through them one by one. Alrighty, so we're at the next location here. Again, there's going to be various things you can interact with for some of the collectibles, so you can go to different stands and interact with them.
Why don't you try blowing a windmill?
So this is not going to be required here, so you can skip this section.
Wow! That's super spinny!
Excelente.
So we're just going to be walking all the way to the right. You can interact with the different flower stands. If you click A, you can get that as another collectible, I believe. But we're just going to be walking all the way to the right here.
Look! Senor Cat was right! This building is amazing! Let's go
For some reason, it wasn't letting me
inside.
skip this cutscene. But we'll just continue all the way to the right here. You can go inside if you'd like. See the stained glass windows.
Let's fill the bouquet with flowers from the stools.
You can also go back and fill the bouquets with flowers. I did not do that, so you can just skip ahead. I guess in this case, just walk ahead here. And now we're going to be on the beach, and we're going to play a game of football. Or if you're American, soccer, you know, whatever you want to call it. And you should be a pro at this by now, because we did this in the tutorial.
For the goal.
I already missed a kick somehow.
Woohoo! You've got this! Goal!
Now you may think, why did it not pop? You're going to have to do it a couple times.
Go for the goal.
So no worries there if it doesn't pop right away. For me, I believe it actually popped at the end of the level.
You've got this.
Oh wow. Actually did some defense this time.
Whoopsie.
Alrighty. And that's the end of that trip. So now we're back at Peppa's again. Time to go on another cruise. Apparently Peppa's family's loaded with cash. I wish I could go on cruises multiple times in a row like this. Maybe someday. Alrighty, so now we're on to our fourth location.
This is New York. Germany has some in Barcelona. Australia is... Are you sure you want to go here? Great choice.
Alright, so now we're on to the next location here. Now there are a few achievements that you do have to get back at Peppa's house and your house later on in the game, but you can also do that at any point, which is really nice. What we're going to go ahead and do at this point is hop on the... No, we're going to hop in the van. My apologies. Trying to remember here.
All right, everyone.
You have to do
Beach
both
is
anyway.
just up ahead. Drive the minivan to move forward.
Hold A to go super fast. Apparently no speed limit in Australia here. Even though they're only going like a few miles an hour, so don't think they're breaking any laws. And skip the cutscene again. And we're gonna go ahead and hop in the
Hop
submarine.
in.
And skip a few cutscenes. You're just gonna hold the left stick to the right, and eventually we're going to get our next achievement, which is called I Found a Treasure, for finding treasure underwater in Australia. So just keep moving, and eventually you'll get to it. And the achievement / trophy should pop there for you guys. Again, you can click A
It's
and
time to fly.
collect different
You can go
things.
up and down, or make the plane go faster.
Alright, so we're going to be flying, not directly into the sun there, which is good. Alright, eventually you're going to land. There's going to be some different ways that you can interact while you're waiting for the food to finish cooking.
Terrific. Let's play.
So you can go ahead and play. It's just going to tell you how to play the game. You're just going to hold A and then you can skip the cutscene. Not too much to do there. There's going to be details on how to use the boomerang. Press and hold. Pretty simple there.
Who wants corn?
Then you can interact with the grill when you're ready, and that's going to be the end of that scene. So we're on to the next level. We're back at Peppa's house again. We're going to go on another cruise. Don't even think they had time to change their clothes or anything.
Ahoy!
So you can skip the cutscene there again. And we're just going to go ahead and go to the next level.
This is New York, where you can... Germany has some in Barcelona. Australia is very far away.
So my apologies, the stamp shows
London is
if
our
you've been
capital
there,
city.
and then
Are
the
you
crown
sure
is
you
going to
want
be
to go
for the
here?
collectibles, I
Great
believe. So
choice.
you may not get the collectibles in each level. Again, some of them I feel like happened automatically for me, but there's going to be some different things you can pick up throughout the levels here.
Hello.
So you can go ahead and skip the cutscenes here. You're going to be hanging out with the queen here. And then we're going to go on a joyride, I guess.
Here we are. We have arrived at Big Ben.
I can't see anyone called Ben.
Big Ben is up there.
Yes, Big Ben is a big tower.
And this is going to be for the achievement that was close. And you're just going to hit the different prompts on screen.
Well done. You did a...
This
And you can
is
go ahead and skip that. Skip the next cutscene. Next, you're just going to hold A to let the drawbridge go up here.
Huzzah! You
And you can skip the scene. And we're going to get the achievement that was close. You're going to want to move to the front. And we're going to continue on. You can skip that scene as well. Alright, so you're now going to have that achievement out of the way. There's going to be an umbrella here to the left that you can pick up for another collectible. And Peppa will let you know each time you pick up a souvenir item. And we're just going to be jumping in some puddles now to finish out this level, so you'll just be jumping around for a bit. And then once you jump in one puddle, Peppa's going to want to jump in another puddle, so you can just go ahead and follow right along. Pretty rainy here last week, so I was unintentionally jumping in some puddles or trying to jump out of them, but it's starting to dry off over here now, which is great. And we're going to go to the third puddle. And the queen's going to jump there with you, which is pretty cool. I think it's kind that they put that note in there for the late queen. So we're going to continue on to the next level here. And we're getting close to the end of the game. As you can see, this progress goes through pretty quickly compared to the last game.
Are you sure you want to go?
Now we're
Great
on to
choice.
Italy. And this is going to be for cooking time, where you make a delicious Italian pizza. Give me some overcooked vibes, you know. So you can go into different houses and stuff. I personally do not do it in any of the, for the achievement guide, just because it's not going to be required. And you can skip cutscenes. There's going to be a few different things that you can do here.
This is my anti-souvenir shop. You can get something here to take home.
So, they tell you that there's the souvenir shop right here, so it makes that pretty obvious that that's a good way you can get a souvenir. So you can pick up the plate there if you'd like, so that's going to be for, and yeah, you can pick out different stuff. I think I picked up a gnome last time. But we're just going to go away to the right.
Come this way.
skip the scene here. We're just going to be walking over to this pizza shop. And we're just going to help make some pizza.
Ellie.
And you can basically click A each time you interact with an item. Once you interact with all 4 items, they'll go ahead and cook up the pizza. And that's going to be your pizza achievement. You'll click A to put it in.
Here you are.
And then it's going to be done. You can go ahead and skip that scene and you should have the next achievement there. Oh, walked the wrong way. So we're going to walk to the right here, not the left. And we're going to chow down on some
I've been looking
food.
forward to this.
Now if you go over here to the right, it's going to have information on the postcard that you have to send to end the level. So we're going to go all the way back to the souvenir shop to pick up a postcard. Already there. And you can take the bike if you want.
Hello
Not
there.
required. Pick up postcard. Probably should have saved the bikes for the other way around because it's not letting me interact now, but... So now we'll go to Peppa's family. And we'll go ahead and sign the postcard.
What would you like to write on your...
You can skip this cutscene, and then we're just going to bring it over to the mailbox, and this level will be done. And we'll be on to the next, but not the final level.
Well, let's get it.
There will be a few scenes that we'll be skipping there. Alright, back at Peppa's, and here we go on another cruise. They're going to need a vacation from all their vacations. Like always, skip a couple cutscenes if you'd like, and then you can go back to level select here.
This is New York. Germany has some in Barcelona. Australia is London is our Italy. This is Paris. Are you sure you want to go? Great choice.
And if you're keeping track, we're heading to Paris next, but there's going to be one more level after this, and then we're going to go and get a few items to go ahead and reach the final level here. So you can click A and pick up a souvenir.
Ice cream? Who wants some ice cream?
So that should bring us up to, I believe, about 5 for this walkthrough. Here's a couple that I got in Australia, and I believe you can
Look
pick
at
up one
all
here
these
as well, if I
beautiful
remember correctly. Or not, but at the souvenir shop, you can usually pick up about, I think, 1 item per
Hold the
country.
button to make the
And again, you can
elevator
see
go
that
up.
crown
Keep
to
doing it
see
until you reach
if
the
you're
top.
staying on track with
Up we
everything
go.
there. For this, you can either spam A or you can just go ahead and hold A. And then again, you can go ahead and skip the cutscene
Here.
and another cutscene
Can
here.
you see the Arc de Triomphe?
Is that the
We're gonna
thing
look
that
at the
looks like
right-hand side and then the
letter
left-hand
Yes,
side.
that's it. That's the Arc de Triomphe.
Make sure you don't fall down
Can
the
you
stairs
see
there.
the Cathedral of Notre Dame?
It has 2 big towers.
That building building has 2 big towers. I see it! I see it!
Well done.
The window looks like a flower.
You're right, it does. And
Alrighty,
that,
and then
of
when you're
course,
done
is
sightseeing,
Eiffel Tower!
correct.
It's one of the most famous landmarks in the whole world.
yeah, once you're done
This was
sightseeing,
so much fun.
you can go ahead and skip a couple cutscenes there. And now we're going to be going back to the class.
Hello, everyone!
And we're just going to be telling everybody how much fun we had. Now, you're going to see that there's different kids that are hanging out outside. And so we're going to go down the hill here to the right and play with our friend, play a game of basketball. Pretty good for some March Madness right now. You can skip the cutscene and we're just going to be throwing the ball back and forth. You're just going to do this a few times until the achievement pops.
You're good at basketball. Well done!
And then you can go ahead and skip and your achievement should be done there. Now we're going to be doing a few other achievements real quick. Now if you played the first game, we're going to be looking for our turtle friend here in a second. This time he will not be in a tree. You can go ahead and hop on these bikes. You can also ring the bell on the bike if you want to do that as well. Again, not required, just to add some extra enjoyment to the game here. Eventually we're going to make it back to our house. So you're going to see some of the souvenirs outside our home, and then there's going to be some that you can see inside the home as well.
Ooh, I remember this.
Hello there. I'm happy you're back. Why don't you two stay for something to eat? I just finished.
So you can go ahead and skip this.
Captain Otter!
And this scene I heard
Ahoy, Peppa!
can cause some issues
Ahoy,
with achievements,
family!
so you
Hello,
can try to
Captain
skip
Otter.
it,
Can we help you
or
with
you may
anything?
have to do another playthrough, but essentially it's just going to be letting you know that you got a ticket to go to Hollywood.
It looks very nice.
Oh, I accidentally ran up the stairs. We'll go back down.
Ooh, I remember.
So you're going to see various souvenirs around the house. It's already showing about 4 or 5.
Did you put this here? Naughty.
We're going to see our turtle friend, and then they're going to magically vanish, because apparently they have teleportation powers or something.
Did you put this here? This brings back a lot of Tiddles must be hiding somewhere around the house. There you are.
Oh,
So,
you found Tiddles.
the
I've
turtle
been
can
looking
either
for
be in
him.
the trash
I'll
can,
take him to Dr.
or I
Hunt.
also found that it can
Thank
be
you
either
for your
upstairs in
help.
the office.
You're welcome.
So I'll show you guys where that is here in a second.
Hiding somewhere around the house.
Now you can hear the turtle every once in a while. They'll do like a little chime thing. So to the left, this is going to be the office where you can view
Ah,
a few
you
more
have found
souvenirs.
the off-
So it may be in the drawer here. It'll give you an interaction point for the file cabinet. Or it may also be over here in the
Welcome
bedroom
to your
underneath
very
the bed.
Really brilliant idea.
And you can customize your character in here, or in the office. You can also update your house if you want to do some renovations, which is pretty cool.
It looks
And we're just going to be
nice.
continuing on to the left here. We're almost on the game at this point. So now that we got the ticket to Hollywood, You may have some souvenirs you still have to collect. As you saw, there's probably at least like a dozen that I collected, and we only picked up about 4 or 5 in the walkthrough so far. So most likely you already have the achievement at this point, but if not, you can always go back, go to the different vendors that are found throughout the levels and pick up an item that way. So now we're at the very end of the game. We're going to be hopping into the car one last time. Unless you missed one of the items that I picked up, then you might have to go back. Alright. So we're at the very end of the game at this point. We have the very last level. It's going to be Hollywood.
Are you sure you want
down
to
here
go?
at the bottom.
Let's go to Hollywood.
Now, the first time I saw the Hollywood thing, I actually thought the one character was like the Cinnamon Toast Crunch guy, but it turns out he's supposed to be a hash brown. So I guess it goes to show I don't watch enough Peppa
We've
Pig.
arrived at Hollywood Boulevard.
So there's going to be different things that you can interact with the ground if you want to take pictures of the Hollywood stars or whatever. And we're just going to continue all the way to the right.
Super potato and hash brown.
And then you can go ahead and skip this.
This is the
And we're going
movie
to interact
studio.
with them to go ahead and get the last achievement. They're going to be showing their great acting skills, and we're going to come up here and become the stars of the show. So go ahead and skip, and you're just going to go ahead and catch some carrots here. You can hold A to skip it once you click A to catch.
There's so
And that's going to be the end of the game. Again, there's lots of different places that you can still interact that you haven't seen in this.
What a
Or you can
fantastic
customize
trip
your
it's
home
been.
game. Just so that way you
You're
guys can get the
back.
full experience out of the game.
Oh, good to
I'll
see you,
be
Peppa.
doing a
How
giveaway
was your
here
trip
soon
to
next
Hollywood?
week, so definitely be
was
on the lookout for
brilliant.
my Twitter account,
We're movie
or be checking
stars
out
now.
videos upcoming
Are
soon.
you really?
I really hope you guys enjoyed this
Yes,
achievement
we
walkthrough, and
saved
again,
the
thank
day
you
in
Outright
Super
Games for
Potato's
giving me
new
the copy
film.
of this game. And I'll catch you guys later. Have a good one.